Hello everyone, I'm Yunjie Cai. Have you ever participated in the nuclear emergency exercise in Taiwan before? Every year, the Nuclear Safety Commission (NSC) compiles the highlights of the annual exercise. Now, let's review the highlights of this year's exercise. The 2024 nuclear emergency exercise was conducted at the Jinshan Nuclear Power Plant in New Taipei City. The exercise consisted of two phases, a tabletop exercise and field drills. Let's start with the tabletop exercise. The purpose of this year's tabletop exercise was to assess the response capabilities of all relevant units in the event of a nuclear accident. This year's tabletop took place at the National Nuclear Emergency Response Center at Dapinlin. The participating organizations included NSC's Emergency Response Team, the New Taipei City Government, the Radiation Monitoring Center, the Nuclear Emergency Support Center, Nuclear Accident Emergency Response Center of the Taiwan Power Company, Taipower, and the Jinshan Nuclear Power Plant Emergency Response Team, totaling 254 personnel. In the scenario, the Jinshan Nuclear Power Plant experienced a loss of all internal and external power, leading to an alert stage nuclear accident, followed by heavy rain and earthquakes, creating an isolated situation. The topics covered included plant rescue, critical infrastructure protection, public protective actions, pre-dispatch operations, and responses to the 2024 Nodo Peninsula incident and military threats. Furthermore, an unannounced test was performed to evaluate the responsibility of relevant responders. Next, I'd like to introduce the on-site and off-site drills. Let's go! To verify emergency personnel's responsiveness, the NSC conducted an unannounced mobilization test for members of Taipower's headquarters and the Jinshan Nuclear Power Plant Emergency Response Organization on September 1st during non-working hours. On September 10th, an accident response drill was conducted at the Jinshan Nuclear Power Plant to test personnel's ability to handle emergencies, including ensuring the multiple and diverse water sources and power supply in the plant. The drill also incorporated scenarios from the 2024 Nodo Peninsula incident, such as strategies for water pumping in the spent fuel pool, removing road obstacles, and conducting cross-regional firefighting operations. During the rescue process, we also simulated the scenario that some Jinshan Power Plant staff members were injured and contaminated by radiation. After preliminary emergency treatment, the injured were transferred to a designated radiation injury hospital for further medical care. Now let's shift our focus from the on-site response drills to the off-site ones. To ensure tourist safety, central and local governments collaborated to close public beaches and recreational areas if a nuclear accident reached the alert stage. New Taipei City conducted evacuation drills at Sherman Cave with personnel from the Sherman District Office, Coast Guard, and firefighting units assisting in orderly evacuations. In addition to tourists, New Taipei City government conducted radiation protection education in elementary schools and junior high schools within the emergency planning zones, EPZs, of Jinshan and Guosheng nuclear power plants. Nuclear safety videos were used to improve students' protective knowledge and increase awareness. Reflecting the 2024 Nodo Peninsula incident, the scenario included roadblocks in Sherman District, resulting in an isolated area. The military used helicopters to transport essential supplies and medical provisions to the affected area. How residents in the adjacent area outside the plant receive information about the accident? Let me explain. In the event of a nuclear accident reaching site area emergency stage, the government used multi-channels to notify public. For this exercise, these channels include nuclear emergency sirens, and Public Warning Cell Broadcast Service (CBS). Civil Defense Broadcasting Systems. 万一发生核子事故，请停留在室内，看最新讯息，并听政府指示行动。Police Broadcasting Service.
在新北市的金山区、石门区3支区域发放核子事故警报测试。
Village Broadcasting System.
发生紧急事故，有人做了乘客外泄。
To implement public protective actions immediately. What about the local residents? Don't worry, there's more going on. Following an alert notification, the police will implement exit-only traffic control in the area. The local government prioritized the evacuation for vulnerable populations within the EPZ, and the rest of the people shelter indoors. It was the first time that visually and hearing impaired residents participated in the nuclear emergency exercise. Those were evacuated safely by rehab bus. Reflecting a commitment to inclusive disaster response, the new immigrants were also as part of the emergency response. In case of iodine tablet shortage, local governments could request assistance from central government, with the military helping to transport iodine tablets to local health centers for distribution. During this drill, the military demonstrated nuclear, biological, and chemical detection vehicles, vehicle decontamination stations, and various radiation detection devices to meet all needs in the event of a nuclear accident. To ensure effective public protective actions, the Radiation Monitoring Center was established in the early stages of the accident. This center conducts comprehensive environment radiation detection in land, sea, and aerial, aiming to provide timely radiation assessments and recommendation for public protective actions. Land radiation monitoring included the deployment of mobile radiation detectors. In addition to the land radiation detection within the EPZ, the military also assisted in conducting radiation detection in the 8 to 16 kilometer radius outside the EPZ. In the event of roadblock, drones equipped with radiation detectors were deployed to support emergency response needs. The Radiation Monitoring Center also conducted environmental sampling and analysis, with National Yangming Jiaotong University prepared as a backup laboratory. For sea radiation monitoring, the Coast Guard Administration had coordinated support vessels to collect seawater and fishery samples for further radionuclides analysis in order to monitor the radiation status of ocean. Aerial monitoring was conducted by the Military Aviation Department and the Air Service Corps to ensure comprehensive radiation detection. Finally, radiation monitoring data from all units were transmitted to the Radiation Data Visualization and Integration System, enabling real-time tracking of radiation levels across land, sea, and aerial environments. Continuous improvement in nuclear safety, disaster response, and preparedness is essential. The 2024 Nuclear Emergency Exercise, a collaborative effort involving central, local, military, and civilian cooperation, successfully concluded various drills. In the future, the Nuclear Safety Commission will continue to implement emergency preparedness measures, enhancing Taiwan's response capabilities to ensure timely public safety protection.